Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for this week's video, I'm going to be doing a January TBR. If you guys don't know, I don't think you would know, but I really love books and I've been reading for like a long time. The past few months I haven't been reading as much as I wanted to because I've been in a reading slump for some time with like the holidays coming up and stuff like that. So I did stop for a brief period, but now I'm ready to get back on that for the new year. This is actually one of my New Year resolutions, so I'm really excited to be getting back into my old habits. So let's get started with the video. So I just went to my library that I have up the street and I got a couple books that I thought were interesting. I also watch BookTuber, so I got some recommendations from their channel just to see what was very good, what they thought was really good. So the first book that I have here is I'm Number 4. This book is actually pretty old, I think. I'm not sure, but I think this book is old and it is actually a movie now, so yeah, I did not watch the movie, but I'm just gonna read the summaries of these books and yeah, so.
None of us came here. We look like you, we talk like you, we live among you, but we are not you. We can do things you dream of doing, we have powers you dream of having, we are stronger and faster than anything you have ever seen. We are the superheroes you worship in movies and comic books, but we are real. Our plan was to grow and train and become strong and become one and fight them. But they found us and started hunting us first. Now all of us are running, spending our lives in shadows, in places where no one would look, blending in. We have lived among you without you knowing, but they know. They caught Number 1 in Malaysia, Number 2 in England, Number 3 in Kenya, they killed them all. I am Number 4, I am next.
So this book really sounds interesting. It's also by Picadus Lore. I don't know how to read, but it's by this person, and I'm really excited to read this, and I'm really into that post-apocalyptic, I can never say that word, but post-apocalyptic books, and yeah, so next book. Next book that I have is Looking for Alaska by John Green. Now I really liked John Green's The Fault in Our Stars, and I did read Paper Towns, and I didn't really enjoy Paper Towns as much as I did The Fault in Our Stars, but this one seems to be another romantic kind of novel in that kind of area. I'm really excited to read this. So let me just read what the description on the back.
Before, Miles Pudge Halter's whole existence has been one big non-event, and his obsession with famous last words has only made him crave the great, perhaps Franquiste rebellious poet even more. He heads off to the sometimes crazy, possibly unstable, and anything but boring world of Culver Creek boarding school, and his life becomes the opposite of safe. Because down the hall is Alaska Young, the gorgeous, clever, funny, beautiful, self-destructive, screwed up, and utterly fascinating Alaska Young, who is an event unto herself. She pulls Pudge into her world, launches him into the great perhaps, and steals his heart.
So I think this is another romantic novel by him. I'm not sure, but I'm really excited to read this because I heard really great things about Looking for Alaska, and yeah, I'm really excited. And look, I got a little reward, so really excited about that one. The next book that I have is The Selection by Kiera Cass, and I really heard good things about this book. It's actually a trilogy, and the next book that I'm going to show you is also, I think, a trilogy. But this is The Selection by Kiera Cass, and I'm really excited about this book, and I'll read the description now.
For 35 girls, a selection is a chance of a lifetime. The opportunity to be swept up in a world of glittering gowns and priceless jewels, to live in a palace that could compete for the heart of gorgeous Prince Maxon. But for America Singer, being selected is a nightmare. It means turning her back on her secret love with Aspen, who is a caste below her, and leaving her home to enter a fierce competition for a crown she doesn't want. Then America meets Prince Maxon. Gradually, she begins to realize that the life she's always dreamed of may or may not compare to the future she'd never imagined. So yeah,
this seems like a really good book, kind of like in my kind of genre of books that I really like to read. So yeah, it seems to have a great storyline so far. I am reading it right now. I just got it and I started reading it, and I'm already on page 78 because it's just very addicting. You just want to see what happens next. So yeah, hopefully I really like this book altogether. A cool thing about The Selection about this book is that I'm actually reading an audiobook of it. All I did was go on YouTube and type in The Selection audiobook, and yeah, so if you go to audible.com and do audible.com/Tayler, you get a free audiobook. I'm just kidding, guys. Hashtag not spons. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but I just read the audiobook of this, and it's really good. The last book that I have to show you guys today is An Ember and the Ashes by Tayler. I'm not really sure how to say this, but I really love this cover of this book. This looks so nice. I'm really impressed with the illustration of this cover. This one was a big one that I saw and I'm really excited to read it. So now I'm just gonna read the description of it.
So, Leah is a slave, Ellis is a soldier, neither is free. Under the martial empire, defiance is met with death. Those who do not bow their blood and bodies to the emperor risk the execution of their loved ones and the destruction of all they hold dear. It is in this brutal world, inspired by ancient Rome, that Leah lives with her grandparents and her older brother. The family ekes out of existence in the empire's impoverished backstreets. They do not challenge the empire. They've seen what happens to those who do. But when Leah's brother is arrested for treason, Leah is forced to make a decision. In exchange for help with the rebels who promise to rescue her brother, she will risk her life to spy for them from within the empire's greatest military academy. There, Leah meets Ellis, the school's finest soldier, and secretly is most unwilling. Ellis wants only to be free of the tyranny he's being trained to enforce. He and Leah will soon realize that their destinies are intertwined and that their choices will change the fate of the empire itself.
So as you see, this book really seems interesting. This is really, like, out of all the books, this is the most one in my kind of genre or like plot that I really like. So yeah, I'm very interested in this. On the side it says fantasy, so I don't know what that means basically, but I'm really excited to dive into this book as well. And yeah, this one is actually a weird shape, but I kind of like the shape. I preferably like paperback books compared to other books, but I'm really excited to read all of the books that I have right now. So yeah, those were all the books. I'm definitely gonna read the selection first and then this one. Next I'll read that. And lastly, I'll read this because this one like least interests me, but maybe after I read it, I'll think differently about these books. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my January TBR. Make sure you stay tuned until I do the wrap up to tell you which ones I actually read or finished, completed, and which ones that I liked and that I recommend and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do this every single month so that I can keep my books, like book reading up, but I probably will stop, but hopefully I don't, because that is my New Year's resolution and I want to keep up with my choices. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you tune in next week for another video on this channel, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.